Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for listening to my video and for letting me read for you. I haven't done a long reading in a while, so I am excited and yeah, just really looking forward to doing this. So this is what do you want clarity with? We have 4 cards here. They aren't crystal cards, but they're just, I almost call them like these chakra energy cards, 4 different colors, and each one has a different word. So this is strength, faith, space, and flow. So whether it's a word, a design, a color, whatever speaks to you here, I want you to yeah, think on it for a second, and there's going to be a timestamp below in the description, and we're going to go to your pile and we're going to give you insight and clarity as to what do you want clarity with. Yeah, it's going to be a good one, so thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you in a minute. Goodbye. This is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. It's everything, so thank you. Okay, you picked strength. This is a pretty like blood red color. There's a pillar here, there's some dots. It's funny, if you look at it like this, it could be like a dumbbell kind of thing, but there is something very bold and strong about this card. So if you picked this, I feel like I can't even think of what the other cards were, but in contrast, I feel like you're ready to tackle something. There's something very like intentional about this energy, intense, heavy, but like in a good way. So yeah, let's get into it. The topic is what do you want clarity with? So yeah, let's see if I can stay on topic. I'm known for not doing that, but okay. I'm going to use this as a signifier card, and this is going to give me an idea of what you want clarity with, and then we're going to kind of, I don't know, form a story and some help around that. But the star. Okay, sorry, I was looking at the Roman numeral and hallucinating for a second. But this is the star card, and it is a card of kind of like Wonderlust. I'm trying to put it somewhere you can actually see it. God, so if it's what you want help with, there's something here, I don't know, it's achieving a dream, it's following a dream, it's seeing something through to completion, it's something you really want. It's very much this energy of like, there's something you're trying to go after, a wish, a hope. It could be, this can have to do with love, this can have to do with like, you know, business, home. There's so many directions we can take this, and I really want this to go here, but it's under this thing. That's okay. It's, you know, it's being looked after here. But that's your card, your star card right here. Okay, sorry for switching it up 100 times. We're going to put it here so it can actually be thought about. Okay, I want to see you right now, and I want to see, we're going to get into your signifier card here, but I want to see you first, where you're at right now. And we've got Death, which has nothing to do with dying, so don't overthink that. King of Wands and Wheel of Fortune. So 2 major cards, another major card over here. So, you know, 3 major cards being turned over in a short time does tell me that there is, it's like, there's a heaviness, there's a weight, there's something. I guess what I'm saying here is whatever this is, for whatever reason you're here, it's not silly. It holds weight. There's a purpose. There's when I see this many major cards in such a short, you know, there's 4 cards turned over, 3 of them are major. I feel like there's truly a message that's trying to come out here. So in seeing you, I think you are going through quite a bit of change, like a transformation, a rebirth. There's the King of Wands this is so totally a card of finding your passion, following your light, finding your fire, finding your inspiration, but not just finding it, harnessing it, embracing it, owning it. So if you're in this search of trying to find this passion, be it like through a relationship or through work, I feel like you are tackling this. You are diving in. You are at a point in your life where you are maybe putting everything else aside to see this one thing through. Wheel of Fortune, there's that aspect of luck. The world keeps turning, like, but without applying anything too cliche to it, the Wheel of Fortune to me is like, you don't know how this is going to end. You hope it ends a certain way. And by end, I mean, you know, every ending's a new beginning. So I don't mean that in like a finale, grand finale kind of way, but you don't know where this journey is going to lead. This is truly a journey. This isn't, it's not a destination. It is you're exploring a new avenue. You're trying to get somewhere, but there is this wish, this hope. And maybe you're finally at a point in your life where you can move forward with this new career change, with this new idea of where you want this relationship to go or where you want to see yourself going, like from a love aspect. I guess what the message I'm getting here about you right now is you're changing. There's an absolute like metamorphosis happening with you, and you're not so concerned with where this is taking you. You just know you're on the right road, I guess, is what I'm seeing here. And there's strength in that. Like, you're not trying to manipulate all the outcomes. You're along for the ride, but you're not here by accident. You are intentional throughout this, but you are also, you're on an adventure right now. You really are. And there's a part of you that, you know, there's an older part of you that maybe didn't serve you very well, that you didn't love. You're shedding that. You're letting that layer die, whether that layer is like anger or sadness or resent or shame or whatever that is. You're letting go of it. That's what I see in death. And again, the Wheel of Fortune for me, it's less of luck here and more of like a wherever this goes, it goes, and what will be, and it is what it is. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm getting with the Wheel of Fortune, and you're all for it because this is like a labor of love for you. You are putting passion and heart into this. So what do you want clarity with? I think you want to see where this is going. Where's this headed? Where will this take me? And it is vague to say, I don't know if this is a relationship we're talking about or a career choice, but either way, you are fully submerged in something. You are in deep, mentally, physically, energetically, emotionally, to this one, I don't necessarily want to say outcome because I think you're open to multiple outcomes, but to this one movement, this space that you're holding. And okay, so that is you right now. And the Strength card, it completely works for this. It completely applies. It's totally relevant. You are a little pillar of strength. Your friends, your family, they might not understand what keeps you going, why you're clinging to this, which is kind of the Wheel of Fortune energy. You're not ready to get off this ride yet. It hasn't ended. You know that your ride hasn't stopped, meaning you haven't arrived at the place you want to arrive yet. There's still more in store for you. And this is exciting, and this does have the King of Wands energy to me, because the King of Wands is someone who I think they will see every passion through. They will absolutely seek the reward in everything they do. And this is you truly seeking your reward, and you will hang in there. So if this is a relationship, maybe this is taking a lot of work, but I don't see anything bad about this, what you're doing. I can't speak to your relationship, but I can say that what you're doing right now to me seems like a very healthy process. And the outcome of it, I do hope it's the outcome you want, because you are being very strong and consistent. And this is the whole energy behind this is like, this is what you want. This is you following a dream, following your gut, going after what you want. This is very much about you. I mean, you could be following a dream to be an actress. You could be trying to see a relationship through. You could be trying to leave someone. Like, there's truly an unknown number of possibilities, but the theme here is you are changing. You are going through a great change. You are committed to this process, this journey, and you're damn strong throughout it. And yeah, okay, so I want to see what the near future looks like for you. And I mean, I hate saying going into this, oh, we're going to take it with a grain of salt, but we are going to take it with a grain of salt. But I do want to see, your near future. And this is what all this is for you, what all this hard work, what all this determination, what all this energy that you're plugging it into this. Where's this going for you? So, okay, we've got 8 of Wands, Five of Pentacles, and Five of Swords. So the fives are generally pretty challenging cards, and they hold true here with the Pentacles and the Swords. They're very much cards of, I mean, for lack of a better word, pain, struggling, strife. It's all here. The Eight of Wands, though, this is good, because this is your passion. This is your heart. This is you following your dreams. Again, this really is that card of like you are going after it. It's not just instinctual, it's also intentional. You are completely doing what you should be doing and what you want to be doing. And this message, through all the, maybe the pain that is being like presented now and in the past, I believe that your future, this pain it's part of your journey, and it will truly pay off. And that, the way I kind of see this middle, like this beautiful card of the Eight of Wands being flanked by the two fives representing like mental torment, loss, being without, being kind of alone and confused, and maybe even with the Five of Swords, there's a piece of like, you know, like sticking pins in something, like deceit or a little malpractice or wrongdoing. All of that is leading to a good place. So whatever you've been through on this journey, and this can be so relative. This journey can be more fun for you than stressful, and for others, this journey can be the hardest thing they've ever gone through. Whatever that is, it is really leading to that place of true passion and interest. And I think like the thing that's holding you, the thing that's pulling you in, you are getting there, your star. And you are being driven towards this, much like the North Star, that guiding light, that thing that pulls you in, that moral compass. Like this is, everything's leading to something here. And there is that message that you are, okay, to add the question, what do you want clarity with? I could say that I'm seeing that whatever you're doing is for a reason. There is a reason you're doing this. This is not for nothing. And if maybe you thought like, you know, I'm close to the end, I think I know where it's headed, I'm just gonna like ease off the gas a little, I'm going to stop, I'm gonna backtrack. I don't think you should. I really think that this is almost like a calling, like something you need to be doing and seeing through. And yeah, and it's taking strength, it's taking a lot, but I don't know, I like this because it's so intentional, and it's so, to me, looking at these cards, it's something you can't fight. Even if you wanted to stop, you couldn't. Even if you did stop for 1 or 2 days, you'd be right back at it the next. And, you know, this could be like if you're trying to quit a relationship. I could go on with scenarios and examples, but yeah, this is whatever you're doing right now. And whether it's by doing or not doing something, whatever this purpose, this mission, this path you're down, I think that although it does feel like there's a weight to it, and it does feel taxing, and it is taking a lot out of you, you are truly, I mean, you're growing, you're evolving, and again, all those little icky bits or parts of you that you've been wanting to grow through or work through or get rid of, I think you're doing tremendous, tremendous progress here. And I do think your passion is going to be restored. You're going to be rewarded with something that you want, that star. It's waiting for you. Okay, I want to get like, I'm going to say input from spirit, gift from spirit. So I'm going to do input from spirit and a gift from spirit. So this is going to be like, again, future and insight. So input from spirit as in like maybe advice, and then a gift as in something to look forward to. So, oh my gosh. Okay. Really, really happy with this. So input from spirit, Three of Cups. This could be, to me, you know, this is always that card of like, to me, it's friendship. It's leaning on someone. It's not doing this alone. It's almost like the opposite of the hermit. It is that like share in the wealth of others. Like, I don't know, lean on your friends, let them lean on you. Don't lock yourself up during this. And it could have just as easily have been the hermit card, which would have been like, look, lock yourself up throughout this process. Take the time. You don't need to collaborate with others, but that is not the message here. The message here is the Three of Cups. And if this is spirit's input, there is something behind, and I don't want to use the word just collaboration because that implies you're like, this is only for trying to build a business or, you know, a brand or whatever. But there is something here about like confiding in others, sharing. Maybe this does require you to like, okay, maybe this is mentally hard on you and it does take a lot out of you and you really do enjoy like talking this through with friends, or you have one person you're really connecting with, or maybe you have a bar that you love to go to and like you always have friends if you sit at this bar and talk to, I don't know, like whatever it is, there's this sense of community in whatever way. And I think that's an important piece here. So if you have been feeling like you've been isolating yourself or shutting people out as a result of this like journey or path, then maybe try being a little more social and getting out there and talking things through or sharing a little bit more. So that's Spirit's input. The gift from Spirit, you really couldn't ask for a better gift from Spirit. This is the Sun card, and people will say this is like the happiest, most positive card in the whole deck because it truly is that card of light, energy, love. It's the gift of life. It's everything. And they say that if there's like a negative card around the Sun card, that it's going to, it can trump that. And really the two, I'm going to say ugly cards on the deck are the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. And it's right by the Five of Swords. So this would be a card. The Five of Swords is like, let's say this is someone doing you wrong for, you know, really simple explanation. Or maybe you've done some deceitful things that you're not proud of. This is part of the thing you want to shed or overcome, or this is your part of your guilt or your shame, and this journey is about you in that regard, or this is about recovering or getting over what people have done to you. The Sun next to this tells me this is kind of your gift. This is absolutely, you're either going to get the redemption that you need out of this, or, you know, and you'll be truly blessed with the gift of forgiveness and forgetfulness in regards to what's been done to you. And I mean that in a really good way, even if I made light of it. But I really see that you're going to be, there's a gift of relief coming your way. And also just forget the Five of Swords, take that out of it. Your future looks very, very bright, very warm, very enriching. I love the Sun card, and in the context of a gift from Spirit, you almost couldn't ask for a better card. So if we look at what do you want clarity with, that's the question here. I'm here to clarify that you are absolutely on the right path. It does look tough. Whatever you're doing, it looks extreme. It looks like you're going against the grain. It looks like you probably have friends telling you to like stop or give this up. You probably have a voice in your head saying like, oh my God, when is it going to be enough? But like truly stick with this. Stick it out, and you're tough, you're strong, and there's a reason for it. And you know, the Sun and the Star, these cards are pretty close together, and this is sort of like the whole purpose here is following or seeing this dream, this want, this need, this desire, whatever it is, through to completion. And to see that the gift here is the Sun, like yes, you are going to get that reward, that light, that wealth, that happiness. It truly is coming to you. So yeah, it's a fairly vague reading that I've laid in front of you. And again, I couldn't tell you if it's about love or what, but it is a message that I feel I feel very confident with and very good in. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this helped. And whatever you want clarity with, I hope you stick it out and you get it. And I hope it's coming to you soon, because it looks like we said, with the Sun here, that you're on the right path and things are like A-okay for you. So yay you. Thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm making a ton of shorts. Please check those out. And yeah, just engage with my channel however you feel comfortable. I would love it. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. It's an honor. So yes, thank you very much. We are doing a reading for what do you want clarity with? So we're going to find out whatever journey you're on, whatever you're dealing with right now. I don't know, there's clarity that honestly, the last reading was great, so just stick it out. Bear with me, the beginnings are always a little rough, but okay. So Faith is the card you picked, not a crystal card, but this is kind of like your vibe, your energy, and I don't know, something about Faith is there is definitely this element of hang in there. There is this sense of like, it's almost like you need to know you're doing the right thing. You need to know like this isn't just you know, like a fool's dream or a fool's errand, or like you're acting on a whim here. Like, this is real. Whatever you're acting on, whatever you're doing, whatever you're reacting to, whatever that is, it is really, you should be doing it. So we'll get more on this, but this is going to be your signifier card. And this to me signifies, what is this thing you want clarity with? Like, what is this all about? And, ooh, okay, so the Devil. It's funny, the Devil to me is definitely one of the heaviest cards in the deck. Like, the Death card doesn't bother me, the Tower doesn't bother me, but the Devil card does carry a weight. And, you know, the Faith is like, I have to see this Devil card as, I see it more as a person than like an event, than like an ugly event. It could absolutely represent something that happened that was not nice, but I see this more as like maybe a person you are trying to work through, deal with, and then, yeah, maybe that person did something that isn't nice. And this can be a whole range of things, from like not feeding your cat when you were away for a day, or like something like else nasty and horrible. But the Faith card to me is like, I don't know, just stick this out. Like, you're on the right path, that you're doing the right thing, you're being true to yourself. And just from these two cards, what do you want clarity with? Like, if you ever thought you were overreacting, if you ever thought that whatever it is you're reacting to, maybe, oh my gosh, if I say the word reacting, you're not overreacting. Whatever happened was truly the work or the intention of someone who was, I hate calling anyone the devil, because to me that is like absolutely terrifying word, but something just malicious, I don't know, just a dark force, a dark energy. And you know what, this can come from someone we love who isn't bad in whole, but they might have done something truly out of character. They might have been going through something, having some kind of an episode, and you're dealing with it now. So I don't know, the Faith to me, but when I see these two cards together, it's kind of like, this would be like the Angel card. This would be that, like, your true intention, your true, good, lovely, beautiful spirit trumping and being challenged by this devil, this energy, this darkness. There's like a duality here. So yeah, I want to see your situation, you and your situation, in a few cards to understand this a little bit, because the whole point is, what do you want clarity with? So I don't know where we've gone so far based on that, but that's what I see for your situation. So if that tracks, then I think we're definitely going to get you some clarity. Ace of Wands, King of Wands, he came up in the last one too, like that, and Queen of Swords. Okay, so this, to me, there's a lot of action here. There's a lot of intention. There's a lot of like, I will do this and here's why. I'm doing this because, like, less of a, I'm thinking about this, I'm feeling this out. This is like a, I'm doing this. I'm staying true to myself. I'm action. There's action here, and there's intent, and it's almost to me like, if something happens to us and we were wronged, instead of like sitting back and being a victim, this is the opposite of victim energy. This is very much like, I am not happy with what happened, and now I'm doing this. I am acting out. It's whatever the opposite of victim energy is to you, you're very, very strong. Yeah, I need to see more, because the Faith, where the Faith plays in, I don't know if you're doing this. So, okay, sorry, I start saying something and then I never finish what I was saying, and I think that can drive people crazy. But where I'm going with this is like, here's what I see. What do you want clarity with? I would just, out of the cards on the table, I'm going to say, to me, it is very clear you've had an event or a person, you've been wronged, you've been betrayed, you've experienced something ugly, something just bad and not nice, to whatever degree. You went with your gut, you followed your intuition, you tapped into something spiritual, you went to a whole new place to process this, to see this for what it was. Like, this didn't happen overnight. I mean, you didn't just, like, the second it happened, think, oh yeah, this doesn't feel good, I'm gonna act on it. Like, you had to think on it, you had to process it, you had to really go to a place deep within, you have to see it for what it was. And I do think this was a challenge. I think this was hard. And it's almost like this rewired how you approach things, how you think about things, how you see this person or this event or what led to this. Like, so I do think now you are acting in like a whole new way. You are saying to yourself, like, maybe how do I never want this to happen again? What do I have to do so this never happens again? Why did I allow this to happen? Why did I find myself in this situation in the first place? Like, I definitely feel like there's a part of you that is reevaluating everything, but you're also acting on it. You're strengthening yourself, your mind, your body. I don't know, this reminds me of someone, and like whatever the instance was, someone goes through something, whatever that is. I won't even give one example or 50, but someone goes through something, and instead of, again, like being the victim and just waiting for the world to start turning in their direction, they say, you know what, like this really affected me. I'm going to see someone. I'm going to talk to someone. I'm going to make an effort to be more social. I'm actually going to start working out and getting stronger mentally and physically. I'm actually going to get up earlier. Hey, I'm only going to have one drink a night. Like, I just feel like there's been this like in a very good way, this waterfall effect of like all these positive changes that you've made. And I just see that in these three cards because there's so much intention, so much thought and process that went into this, and you're doing it now. And good for you. I do think you have a very badass energy about you. I think you are changed in one way so much for the better, but almost permanently. And that's what I see in this faith card. I don't know if, and by faith, if I say like, you know, like your religion, I don't necessarily know if your religion changed or not, but the way you think about things, the way you see things, that's changed. There's a part of you that it will always view things differently. And you know, this can happen by reading one book, or honestly watching one YouTube video, or like deep diving into like one YouTube channel where someone talks about whatever strange phenomena or happenings or new ways of looking at things. Like sometimes those one silly video can like really rewire how we think about things, and I think it can be a very good thing. But anyway, that's what I see that you've been going through. And the what do you want clarity with, to me this, and I don't know if every reading is going to have this same message, which is like, you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing. Yes, you were horribly wronged, you did not over exaggerate it, you are a different person. This isn't your imagination, you're different, you're changed for the better. This purple color, this light, this kind of infinite circle, like there have been, I don't know, there's just been a lot of these little milestones and things you've gone through, and it's kind of created this whole like harmonious new path that you're on. There's just something very beautiful and uplifting about this path you're on. So the clarity here to me is like, yes, you're changing, you're evolving, you're growing. You are not who you were, and this episode, this person, this event, this energy, this is not something, I don't think you even feel it anymore. And maybe that's a part of you too. You're like, am I crazy? I can't even remember what this felt like. I don't even remember why I'm here, but now I'm still doing all these things and working so hard, and like, I don't know, I just feel like you're a different person than you were 1 month ago, 1 week ago, 1 year ago. Like it's almost like you've done a complete 180, and this is now like the true authentic you. And I think that this event, this person, whatever it is, actually brought you to this. So, okay, for a little more clarity, and this, whatever it was meant to happen to you. You are meant to be where you are right now. And yeah, whatever this new faith of yours is, this new belief system, these new habits you've formed, these new friends you've made, this is it. This is good for you. This is positive. I want to see your near future in a few cards. I always say, well, take this with a grain of salt, because I'm not a, you know, like fortune teller or whatever. So whatever comes up, comes up. But let's just ask Spirit and see if we can get some insight, some positive insight. Like this is to be a positive message only of your near future. So let's see what that looks like. And you know what, the Devil card's off the table, thank goodness, because that would be to me, this is the scariest card in the whole deck. And you've annihilated this. Like you have crushed this. Okay, so near future, Queen of Cups, great. Two of Pentacles. That was so aggressive on my part. Okay, Ten of Wands. So I'll start with the Ten of Wands. Okay, Ten of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Somewhat difficult cards, not light years away from the most difficult cards in the deck, but difficult as in, if I have to put something on this, like if I don't turn this, you know, your future into complete rose petals and hearts and diamonds, like unicorns, whatever, like I'm going to tell the story of what I see out of these cards for your future. I do think you have still a little bit of an uphill journey. There is still a weight. You're carrying a weight. There's still, and you know what, this burden might be the thing that you're kind of, I almost want to say saddled with your whole life, not in a bad way. And by whole life, this can be like just this iteration, like this, I didn't even mean to say whole life, but this thing this is part of your new depth. This is part of the new you. You have this new, you know, just this new layer, and this new layer, it might feel a little bit heavier, and you might have this, I just think that's kind of like what makes us more interesting, what makes us more thoughtful, what makes us smarter. It's just this new little bit of baggage that you have. I don't at all see this as a bad thing. I just see it as this like, you've changed, you've evolved, and maybe part of this evolution, it's like maybe you've grown a thicker armor, you've grown wings, you've grown this, you've grown that, like, but there's a little more weight there. You're a little weightier, you're a little meatier, there's a little more bite to you. I like this because this helps fend off this, which you've done brilliantly. And it gives you more substance, and it just, wherever you want to go with this faith, this energy, this light, you need this, I'm just going to say armor to do it. So that's what I see out of this card. Two of Pentacles, a little bit of a dance, a little bit of a balancing act, a little bit of probably navigating what this new world order of yours looks like, where you're headed, where you're going. But I like this because to me, there's so much, I love pieces of the unknown. I love, this to me is like an adventurous kind of unknown. There's, to me, it's an exciting card. It's a positive card. It's just this like, okay, like this to me is a card of, oh my gosh, excuse me. We have two good options. Which one do we want more? This is not the Two of Swords, which tells me like you've got two bad decisions. Which one do you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. No, this to me is like, we've got a lot of good things that we're dealing with. Like, how do we juggle and handle all these good things? So this is true. It is a juggling act, but you're growing. And even to the point of like, this new you, this new strength, this new everything will, I think, be more successful. I think you're going to be happier, not only in your own skin, but at home, in your relationships with your family, in your work. There's just a lot of good things coming your way, and it may feel like it's being thrown at you all at once. But I do think you will, you know, you'll figure out how to manipulate it and juggle it, but it may feel like a little bit of a task, let's say. Queen of Cups, this is, all the queens are beautiful and sweet. Well, I don't know if they're sweet, but they're great cards. Let's put it that way. Queen of Swords, love this. This is that truth seeker. This is that, there's truth and like authenticity in the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Cups is like so in touch. Like not just in a like, okay, I'm feeling myself, I'm going to cry at the drop of a hat, but like you are comfortable feeling every emotion. You're comfortable being a bad bitch. You're comfortable crying at the dinner table with a best friend. Like you're comfortable sitting in your feels for as long as you want, and you're comfortable like shaking it off and being like, I don't want to deal with that right now. It's just a very much like in tune, checked in, and there's such a positive, uplifting energy to this. Like with the Queen of Cups, it's not overly emotional, but it's also, you're not suppressing anything either. And I like that. It's just that balance between, I'm going to feel whatever I want to feel, more or less, good or bad. And I just, you're open to it, and you're not shunning anything. You're not pushing anything away. And if you do feel like not dealing with an emotion on that Tuesday night, guess what? You'll deal with it on Saturday. Like it's just a very healthy balance. And you're moving in a direction of, I do think greater clarity. I think this like lifted, something's kind of lifting you up. It's like you're just being shown a new, I don't want to say plane because I don't even know if that is like accurate. in other words, there's so much about this metaphysical world that I have to learn. So I don't know, but I feel like there's like a new level you're being lifted up to. Something's going to be revealed to you that is just kind of next level. So this is, if you wanted clarity, I think I'm just here to tell you that what I'm seeing in the cards is that you're on a great path, the right path. And this energy, which I won't dwell on if I did already, it happened, it's real, I saw it right away, and now I see you. And it really, this is so totally in the past. I feel like we could push this card 10 miles out and you would just, you know, we'd make it the size of like a pinhead, because it doesn't exist anymore. This doesn't really hold relevance. You've been doing so much work on yourself and on this like other piece of growth that this is like a distant memory, and yet this was kind of the catalyst, or what catapulted you into all this. Yeah, but you've stayed strong. You've completely kept it real with yourself, with people around you, and there's just an honesty. There's like this clear, crisp honesty in all of this. And if you're still listening, that might be a message here too about clarity. Like there's just I see honesty here and a pureness and like a sincerity. So, okay. Oh, and I did this for the other reading. I'm going to do it for you. We're going to get a input from spirit and a gift from spirit. So input being like advice, possibly if you want it, and then a gift from spirit of the Ace of Cups. Okay. So advice, if you want it, from spirit, the Hermit. You know, it's funny because I use the Hermit card in this position as it represents the opposite, let's say, of what the last reading was. So it's interesting that it comes up here because I spoke to it in the last reading in the same position. The input here might be, maybe you take more time. Maybe if you felt like this little journey that you're on, not to belittle it by the word little at all, I don't even know why I said that. This thing you're going through, this metamorphosis, maybe stick it out a little bit more. Maybe see it through further. Maybe it's not ready to end. Maybe you start meditating more. Maybe you go into longer meditations. I don't know. The Hermit is very much a card of either looking within more, going deeper, and even with the faith, there is this piece here, like all this may be bringing you to like a really truly a new way of seeing things and processing things. Like maybe again, you read something, you watched a video, you discovered this movement, this way of thinking, this way of reacting and processing things that you didn't even know existed. And I know this, I'm not even going to get the guy's name right, which is crazy because he's brilliant. I think it's Joe Dispenza, or that's the closest I can get without looking at his name. But I just bought his book, and I have to say, like, I'm 20 pages into it, and it speaks to what I've said here about, like, you get this new bit of information where you're like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know people work that way or process things that way, but I want to start doing that. And that can be what the Hermit card to me is, like, really, I don't know, less discussing, less looking for acceptance, and just, yeah, okay. I'm going to stop talking about the Hermit card. There's a lot there. That's your input from Spirit, if it means anything. And a gift from Spirit, moving forward, Ace of Cups. There's so much here just about happiness, about killing it. To me, this is like you're going to be, not only are you going to be celebrating this, but I don't know that you want to be celebrated, but I just think that you're going to really, you're very close to reaching a place of just bliss, like truly bliss. I really see bliss in this card. If you thought things were hard and icky before, again, that is so, it's such a distant past, a distant memory for you. Yeah, I like this. So, okay, I hope I didn't like throw it off with these last two cards. There is a message here. This is your input from Spirit, and this is your gift from Spirit. But this is you, and I hope you got clarity. Did you get clarity? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. So thank you so much. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever feels good. All right, goodbye. Hello, this is Light and Bone Spirit. Oh my gosh, Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here. I have no idea why I said that. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. Okay, we are doing a reading for what do you want clarity with? And Yeah, here we go. You picked this black card, which is fairly bleak, I guess you could say. I don't want to call it grim at all, because I don't know why you picked this black card. However, I don't mean I don't know why as in I can't imagine who would. I would pick the black card. I just don't know what led you to pick the black card is what I mean. But it does tell me that there is something, there's a void, there's an unknown, there's you know, a sense of being stagnant. There's just something, I don't know if bleak's the right word, because that might even paint too dark of a picture, but we're absolutely going to get into this. So, and you're going to get clarity. Okay. This, I'm going to call like your signifier card in regards to, I want to see your situation that you want clarity with, and we're going to get information on it. So Knight of Cups, your situation. Okay. The Knights are always these ambitious, I don't want to call them like little twerps, but they kind of are. There's something, and this isn't you, this is your situation. So I'm not calling you that at all, but I'm trying to think like what would be your situation in relevance to the Knight of Cups. Almost like, okay, this could have to do with the love interest that came in hot and heavy, declared all this amazing stuff with romance and love, and then disappeared or never lived up to it, or maybe that was you being love bombed. I could 100% see that. This could be possibly like a promotion or an advancement that was dangled in front of you, promised, and then absolutely like never mentioned again, never spoken of, or you did get this, you know, thing that you wanted or supposedly, and then it turned out to be nothing. But I really can see this in a like romantic setting, and this is you right now. You're just taking up space. You're just here. Are you waiting? Are you sad? Are you like, you're nothing? Not you're nothing, but you're in this state of like emotionally, you're wiped, you're drained, you've been wiped clean. So I'm going to say, okay, this reading might not wind up, it might not be very bleak. I might turn cards over and they might all be beautiful cards, and that's great. But my gut tells me this is going to be I'm going to go on the premise that you are dealing with someone who basically broke your heart, some narcissistic energy, someone who, like, I don't know, swindled you, but they definitely presented a side of themselves that wasn't accurate. So if this has nothing to do with your situation, please pick one of the other two piles. Please do. Yeah, because I'm not going to change the vibe of this reading. That's what I got from it. But obviously I want you to get a reading about clarity. So it happens sometimes. It wasn't your pile. But I'm going to take this relationship reading very seriously, because I do love a reading on someone. Okay, on relationships. Okay, I want to see you. Oh, did I turn a card over wrong here? What's the Empress? Jeez, that's my favorite card in the deck. How odd. Okay, wait, I'm going to think about the significance of that. Okay, there was definitely Empress energy. I'm going to leave it in for shuffling, but there's Empress energy here, and we'll have to figure out where that comes in, because that is my truly favorite card in the whole deck. Okay, I want to see you in 3 cards. Like, please let one of them be the Empress. 8 of Swords, 7 of Swords, King of Cups. Okay, 3 cards. 8 of Swords, it's like being locked in. It's like being locked in a cage with the door open kind of thing. It is very much a card of like, you're a prisoner of your own mind. You're a prisoner of your own, not defenses. Oh my God, circumstance. Anyway, there's definitely a sense of feeling locked, and yet, okay. A lot of overthinking things, but you're not crazy. You're overthinking them for the right reasons. But there's almost this like spinning out of control sense that I get with the 8 of Swords for this context. 7 of Swords, little trickery, a little deceit, nothing too crazy, but it is there. There's a sharpness here. King of Cups, actually any of the kings to me are great. They're kind of the epitome, the highest level of like being in touch emotionally, or whatever the suit represents. So, okay, just taking this aside, these aren't, aside from the fact that we have this like very dark kind of black box on the end, these cards are very far apart. And it's very interesting to me, like the theme here, because if I want to see you in 3 cards, I think emotionally you're actually doing pretty good, which I don't understand the black space card. However, I do think, because I have to connect these 2 cards, you were definitely tricked. You were tricked. And here's the interesting thing. I can't say if you were cheated on, I can't say, but tricked is the word I get here. Tricked is like, now tricked can mean so many things. It sounds like almost a playful word, like, oh, you tricked me. I got $10 million and not 12. You know, like that's, tricked is a funny word, but for you, tricked has very deep like repercussions. It has very, there's something very like ugly and not nice about it, and it's affected you. And this person who tricked you, was it the Knight of Cups? Maybe. I don't know. They hurt you somehow, and I don't know why. I feel like you've almost been wounded in a way, like now mentally you're kind of fucked off about it. Like, I don't know, maybe they insulted the way you look or act or your intelligence, or they played a trick on you that made you question this. And I don't even want to give examples because I feel like they would be, but we can all think of something generally that someone between the ages of like 10 and 15 would do, or 10 and 16, a trick that just had a very nasty outcome, probably a lot worse than this person ever thought. Or maybe this person is careless and they only think about themselves. I could absolutely see that. They just want everything to be fun and happy and light and easy and breezy, and then they played this little joke or they said this little thing and it was like, oh wow, I didn't think that would happen. I will say the effect this has had on you though is you're gonna get out of this. You're strong. I mean, the King of Cups, like, you're strong emotionally. You are a very strong person. This should not have gotten to you the way it did, and yet it did. And in some ways it was such a minor thing, but it had a very lasting effect. You're gonna get out of this because of the King of Cups, because the 8 of Swords is, like I said, the door is wide open. You can stop, or you can at least try to stop your mind turning so rapidly about this one thing or going down this rabbit hole. You can really try to stop that, and you will. And once you do make the effort to stop that, and whatever that takes, I think you're gonna be fine. But yeah, you are in this you're almost like befuddled, you're confused, you're kind of lost, you're kind of without identity. Like, this one thing really mind fucked you. And I almost don't know if it was so much the fault of this person. It was, but like, I don't know that what they did was so atrocious. Like, did the crime fit the punishment, or for how you've been punished? Did the punishment fit the crime, like, and vice versa? What really went down? I'm not sure. But if you want clarity with this, something happened and it got to you, and it doesn't matter what it was, something happened. And I think it did happen at the hands of someone else who to me represents this Knight of Cups. And you are in a dark place right now. You will come out of it. You will 100% come out of it. And I see that, and I feel that in the fact that it's even thrown you off how much you've been affected by this, how much you care, how much this has gotten to you. It's like throwing you for a complete loop. And you know what? Maybe this is just one of those weird and icky things you have to go through to grow. It might be one of those things, like this whole thing, as much as you hate it now, it's pushing you in a way. And then once you get through this, you're going to be like a completely different person. It might introduce you to new thoughts and concepts. It might introduce you to new people. It might literally bring you down a road you would never be on, and then opportunities that happen because of that. I just feel like things will happen as a result of this, but yeah, you're in a weird space right now. You will get out of it. Let me see from Spirit. I'm going to ask to see your near future in 3 cards. And just to say, going into this wanting to see your near future, I'll read the cards honestly, but I'm asking Spirit for good input here. I'm not asking for a dark message about your near future. That's not what we're going to get. It's going to be a positive message about your near future. And if there's a little honesty thrown in, great. But anyway, okay. So the Empress. I hope you're here for this. If you're here for this, it means everything. The Emperor. Okay. I just got very, very happy for you. And okay, so we've got some lovely, lovely cards. The Empress is my favorite card in the whole damn deck because it is such the card of like, it is the card of femininity. It is the card of like sensuality, sexuality, fertility. It is everything that like, it is everything that's amazing and beautiful about the feminine. Anyone can embody the Empress. It doesn't, you don't have to be a woman to embody this. But it is that energy of the feminine. It is that there's something so like beautiful and I don't know, like supple and heartfelt, but also strong. There's just, I love the Empress. So, and the fact, I mean, you were here for it, I'm sure. I don't know how closely you were listening, but this card got turned over. I saw it in the deck and I was like, what do I do with it? Do I pull it out? And I almost didn't pull it out because I wanted so bad to have the card come up again in the reading just to be like, yes, this is your card. There's a lot of cards here. How many are there again? 78. You know, the chances of it coming up aren't huge. So the fact that it did it means a lot to me. You are absolutely going to be coming into your own. The Star, the Two of Wands, this is kicking something off for you. This is literally catapulting some journey. There is something, sure, you're going to learn a lesson from this. You're going to be a stronger person, whatever. This is the beginning of something for you. I don't know who this person was, why they got you so dark, why you were so affected by this, why it's literally had you mind fucked in the way that it has, yet why you haven't completely spiraled out of control. There's still this part of you that's like, no, I'm here for it. I'm actually here for it for whatever reason. Your near future is pretty intense in a very exciting way. I honestly, I see everything that, I don't know if all these things are in your future, so I'm just going to throw some ideas out there. First, I'm going to say fertility, okay? It's a weird one, but I don't know. Anything from fertility to all the excitement and kind of lusciousness that comes along with that. I see adventure. I see like new beginnings, new starts, but like you actively pursuing those. Almost like this inspiration to be like, that's it. I am moving. I'm quitting my job and I'm doing this now, and being like, boom, 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 you're doing it. Like there's just something very like, here's my new path. I'm taking it. The Star, this is whatever you wanted, whatever you're searching for, whatever you're going after, there's something very, this was supposed to happen, okay? This, whatever it was, you're on the right path. These dark cards, the theme here is so dark. Even though every reading I've done before this to go to the third, I'm using basically cards that are black and white with like one color thrown in. Yours feels different, but this is all in color down here. And yeah, beautiful. I think the word supple is so, people I feel like have a hard time with that word, but there is actually a beautiful supple you for whatever reason. You're growing, you're pliable, there's just something very youthful and just youthful about you. Like you're malleable, gosh, these cards, excuse me. You're really going through something that is changing you for the better. So good for you. Yeah, and as far as clarity, you're exactly where you need to be. Whatever happened, I hope you wouldn't change an ounce of it, a second of it, or whatever of it, because it's your clearly intended path. Okay, I'm gonna get input from Spirit and gift from Spirit. So this is basically advice from Spirit. She wants to give you some input, and this is her gift to you. So, oh, that's funny. Okay, input, Page of Cups, gift, Page of Wands. So we've got the King of Cups. I was like, has that been the Knight all along? And I've based your whole reading off the King. It's the King, rest assured. You can sleep tonight. The Page of Cups, I I think there's something here about like, I don't know, keep trying to figure out who you are. You're very confident, you're assured, you are in touch with your feelings, but there might be some other emotions you need to tap into. And I don't know if I take this like so I don't know if this is like childhood you, little kid you. There's something here about like a gentleness, a loving yourself, some message here is about like loving and nurturing the child in you, caring for that kind of sweet, innocent little soul. I don't know, input from spirit, take it for what you will. That's what I get out of that card. And then we're going to go to a gift from spirit, Page of Wands. This to me is like, continue finding that passion, that drive, that inspiration. This whole thing over here, we can put an X through this. This no longer exists anymore. Like, this is the validation here. Like, yeah, this is what you went through, this happened. And now this is all about you and your journey. You have so much goodness coming up. You've been through it, but yet you're staying strong. You're mentally, like, your mind is working. It's on overdrive. You're feeling everything, but you're not losing yourself. You're going through something, and yet your future, I feel like it's filled with everything from like a little bit of luck, a lot of goodness, a lot of happiness. And there's that adventure, that fulfillment, like you're going to be truly satisfied. There's all that is here, and it's very exciting. And this is like, to me, the Page of Wands is continue searching for that thing, that spark, that thing that ignites you, that thing that like gets you, and just makes you feel completely lit up from inside. Just that little blissful piece. Find it, stick with it. But the star tells me you are going to find it. But always carry this with you. Always carry that drive, that desire to just be inspired, I guess. So, okay, I'll end the reading here. I mean, you wanted to know what do you want clarity with. I think I painted a picture of where you could be right now. And the clarity is like, it's honestly been the same with every reading. So the message hasn't really been in the title. The message to me is like, yeah, you're on the right path. You're killing it. You're doing the right thing. Good things are coming. You went through something that you had to go through to like completely nail this part of your life, and moving forward, a very like brilliant, bright, exciting future ahead. That's really the message. So I don't know, the clarity is like, yeah, keep doing it. I don't know that that's the clarity, but I hope this reading brought clarity. I would love to know if it did. Yeah, please send me a comment, or post your comment, and like, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much. I hope to hear from you and see you again. Goodbye. Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. I love it. It's actually an honor. So thank you. If you're watching this, and you are, if you're watching this, I'm honored to have you here. So thank you. Okay. Fun reading, has almost nothing to do with the title, but we're going to get into it all the same. What do you want clarity with? I don't know. I'm just going to kind of figure out where you are, and the clarity is going to be that you're on the right path. So that might not sound exciting, but I feel like the readings were good. Okay. You picked Flow, and there's something about the color of this card that I find very beautiful, very kind of like exhilarating, very happy. I don't know if that color speaks to everyone, but there's something like, I really think you're at a very good place right now. And I like this because, I don't know, usually I feel like when people come to readings, they're seeking something that like triggers the sadness, or but I think things are actually pretty good for you. And just flow and the water and the waves, like, I think you're good. And if you don't know how good you are, you're better off than you realize. But this card is going to be like your signifier card. To me, this is going to tell me your situation. Like, what's this reading going to be about? What are we going to get into here? And what are we going to find clarity with? So let's see what you're all about. And I know it's going to connect to this card somehow. And Seven of Pentacles. So, okay, I really see this as like, this is, you're putting in your work. You're starting to find yourself. There is a component of either like home, family, profession. Like, you are really, really starting to come into your own and click from an either home, an earnings, a monetary, a family. You're finding your stride. you are truly in like harmony, in harmonic flow. And of all the readings, well, that we've had today, this is the fourth, I want this one. I want someone to tell me, like, you may not even know how in tune you are or how in sync, but you're there. And the Seven of Pentacles it is that like beginning card of like, look at what I'm doing. Look at all the work I'm putting into this. Look at my skill, my trade. Look at, like, you're not afraid of the hard work. You're into it. This is a passion. This is a drive. And I could talk on this just based on this woman making bread for so long, but like, I'll say obviously, because I had a sourdough starter at some time, pre-COVID, but it was like, you have to work your starter. You have to nourish your starter. You have to grow it. Then you have to hammer it out like for an hour every other day, and then you have to actually cook it, and like it's a whole thing. And I just feel like you're killing it right now. Maybe, you know, what do you want clarity with? You are so totally on the right path from and this is so cool because it covers almost everything from either, like I said, an earnings, we'll do it with your work, with your home life, with your family, with your relationship. This is the card of Pentacles, and I just feel like you're solid. Are you an emotional wreck? Maybe. Is your mind spinning out of control every night and keeping you awake? Possibly. But you can put all that to rest because things are really good with, I think, the parts of you that really, matter, and really things are good. Okay, so I like this. I love this. I want to see you in 3 cards right now. So Awakening, which is equivalent to the World card, I think. Just kidding, I think it is. Yeah, 20, right? Oh God, give me a minute. It's gotta be the World card. Oh, I don't know. Did I already oh my goodness. Okay. No, I think this is not the World card. This is Judgment. This is Judgment. Okay, and you know what we're gonna call it? Judgment. It's Judgment. Wheel of Fortune, another major. 2 of Pentacles. Okay, so, okay, pause. I have to look at this, because now I've officially lost my mind. Where are we? Okay, this should not take long. I'm looking up number 20. Come on. Awakening. Come on, it's gotta be Judgment. Oh, okay, Judgment, yes. Woo woo, we did it. Okay, so if I forget to cut that out, which I probably will, thanks for bearing with me. Okay, Judgment, Awakening, Wheel of Fortune, 2 of Pentacles. You have been contemplating. You have been really, really evaluating things. You've been analyzing things. You've been trying to see if you're worthy, if you deserve it. I think there's a part of you that feels like almost unworthy of how good things are right now, which might be the piece that brought you here. Wheel of Fortune, there is, again, this goes to me of a sense of like, do I deserve this? Should I be doing more? Has this come too easily? Like, is it taken too much away from one or the other? There's a questioning here, this almost like reckoning with yourself. Same with the 2 of Pentacles. There's this juggling act, so you are ever so slightly tormented for reasons I'm not sure about, but I really want to connect these because whatever you're going through here, and we're going to speak on it a little bit, and actually this might be the one reading where we actually do give clarity to a certain point. Things are good for you. Like you're in a very beautiful place there's a harmony here, and it's like that you're working towards something, you're creating something, you're building something, you're really starting to do something that means a lot to you, that is important to you. And I think you're doing it very, very well. You could be, I don't know, like a new bride or whatever, like that's so 1950s, but like you could be just now in a relationship, in the kind of relationship you've never seen yourself in, where you're like truly committed and you're like, oh my God, is this too good to be true? Maybe you just started a family. Maybe you just had another kid, your first kid. maybe you're starting a business, maybe you just jumped into like real estate or something, but whatever it is, you are doing something that really, really suits you. You're good at this. However, there are questions here. You're questioning the process, the timeline, will it pay off? Is it worth it? This feels like a lot. And I'm going to get more. I haven't on any of the other readings found so much confusion over these top 3 cards, and I do feel them here because I see almost like this conflicting message. But this is what's going on in your head. I don't know that this is actually you right now. Like, okay, what am I trying to say here? This to me feels more of like, the question would be, what are you feeling right now? If I actually asked, I'm going to say I want to see you, because this, and not what you're feeling. I want to see you, like what's your actual reality right now? I think it's going to be very positive. So I'm going to switch this up from other readings and say, what's your actual reality right now? And this is good. Whatever cards we turn over, this isn't, this is a happy reading. So we've got 5 of Cups, not a happy card, but it's a happy reading. Just kidding. The World and 9 of Wands. Okay. So there's a weight here. There really is. Now, okay, so the World card is very positive, and I'm going to start with a positive and I'm going to end with it as well, because I think it's very important to this message. I'm going to reiterate, you're right where you need to be right now, at least from what I can see from these cards, okay? Things seem very good, and you're on a path of like, maybe you're rebuilding yourself, maybe you're starting fresh. Things are good. Whatever you're questioning, whatever you're beating yourself up over, whatever you're second guessing, I don't think it's, it's you, it's your process, but I want you to get through that, because I do see that right now, your reality, there is a little bit of heaviness here. There's a weight here. Maybe you did experience loss. Maybe this is your first attempt at like striking a chord back to normal. There's a resiliency here. You've built something up. You've built up a resilience. And I do think that I don't want to read this as there's a tremendous amount of pain here. I'm not going to go there with this, because I really honestly don't think that. I think there's something that you've been dealing with, but whether or not it has been a tremendous amount of pain, I'm not even going to let that reading go here. And I'm going to tell you my biggest reason why. Because you picked this card. We had a card that was a black box. You didn't pick the black box. You're not the black box, okay? You're not even the dark faith card of purple. Like you are, or the card of strength, which is kind of red and heavy and like you're fighting. No, this is a card of like bliss and harmony. This is a beautiful card. And this is really who you are right now. So the clarity that I guess I want to give you from this, just at this point in time, is that you are a lot happier, a lot better off, a lot more content than maybe you even realize. And although you are going through quite a bit in your mind, I really think that you should embody this a little bit more. Not should, I don't want to tell you like I don't want to say you're doing anything wrong or point fingers, but I want you to see that you've got so much going on here. And also, I feel like you have a gift. I feel like whatever you're doing, you're genuinely very, very good at. Whatever that is, whether it's caring for others, building this brand, whatever it is, you're very good at it. And there's a goodness to you when you do it. There's this wholesomeness. There's something very beautiful and wonderful off of it. But whatever you've been through, maybe you're doing this to escape a pain that existed. Maybe this is, like I said, a fresh start from you. The more I read these cards, the more I think there's more to this. So I love seeing that you are happy and settled in so many ways here, but then there's this other part of you that's like going through something. And I'm not even going to, I don't want to say like justify this, because I will validate 100% that there's something there. I'm not going to dig into it except to say this is a beautiful direction for you, and I want to be clear, and I want to give clarity to the fact that you're really killing it right now, and you're amazing, and you're strong. And this World card, as your like near future, or seeing you right now, like what's your reality, you've got, this is like you're holding the whole world in your palm. There is so much potential for you right now. You are so totally on the cusp of like having everything you want. It's seriously, it's a tangible for you. It's a reality. You've been through something. You've stayed strong. You've been resilient. You've done so much to get yourself here. That I just want you to not beat yourself up, not be too heavy on yourself. Really just allow yourself the good fortune that is going to come your way. And I think there's another thing here, like I don't know what it is about saying like you don't feel deserving of this, or you are questioning the good parts of it somehow. But this is, I'm not going to say whether you deserve this or not, but I'm going to say whether you deserve this or not, it's yours and it's here and it's good and it makes you a better person and it affects positively the people around you. So just embrace it. And I don't know why, but I feel like there's a part of this reading where I'm like coming at you, or I'm like lecturing you or chastising you. And I really, really, really don't want that to be the case. I really want to emphasize that there's something very lovely and beautiful about you. There's something soft about you. There's something gracious about you. There's just a beauty to you. And I know this, I can see this. And again, it's the fact that you picked this card. So I want you to be happy and satisfied. And I want you to see that you're giving a gift. You're receiving a gift and you're giving a gift. So this is good. Okay. We're going to not quite wrap up this reading. There's more. We're going to ask Spirit for, an insight from Spirit, which is like advice from Spirit, and a gift from Spirit, which is exactly what it sounds like. So advice from Spirit is the Chariot. We'll get to that. And a gift from Spirit is the Ten of Pentacles. So, this is happy. Okay, I just have to go. The gift from Spirit, Ten of Pentacles, happy endings. I always call this the pinnacle of the Pentacles, and I love saying that because it is. This Seven of Pentacles, and I said that I can tell your life is clicking in regards to like what the Pentacles represent, which is home life, balance, structure, money, whatever. Yeah, you're going to achieve all these things. These are coming your way. They're coming your way because you've earned them, because they're deserved, because they're good. This is the gift from Spirit. The Ten of Pentacles is like such a lovely, lovely, lovely card of achievement. Actually, the 10, this is Nine of Wands. The 10 of Wands is a hard card. But the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups are really, really beautiful cards. Yeah, whereas the Ten of Swords, not so much, and the Ten of Wands, a bit much to take. Ten of Pentacles, great card. You didn't need a lesson on all the 10 cards in the deck, I realize that now, but I just wanted to point out that I'm very happy for you to see this card, and as a gift from Spirit, feel settled, feel like you're in the right place at the right time. Get some clarity in knowing that whatever path has led you here, it's your right place, right time. Input from Spirit, the Chariot. I think this is to continue moving towards what feels good. Continue that drive, that focus, that determination. There's very much like the, inertia piece to this, where like, just keep moving, keep working at it, keep doing what feels good. That's the input, just to keep working. I just keep working very much. I don't think you're getting discouraged. You might be hard on yourself. You might question things, but like, just stay positive. And with the Chariot, the description of this card with the Chariot, not necessarily the traditional description, but these birds, this person has one foot on each bird. And like, if one bird went one way, then they'd die. So I think it's very much this like, really stay on the right path, control your mind. If your mind controls these birds, like you don't want one bird going this way. Like you don't want to just derail, right? Like you really want to like stick with it, stay positive, just keep a tight mind, stay strong. Every cheesy like mantra out there I can throw at you, but I really, I'm happy for you, because I do think there is a real happiness and joy in what you're doing. And I just want you to be able to enjoy that. So I hope you liked this reading. I really do. I liked it because even though there's a lot here and we didn't unpack all of it, because honestly, I don't want to, and I don't want to dwell on it. And I don't think you even want to dwell on it anymore. I just want to validate it. Yes, I see pain here. I see you've been through something. You've been through a lot. I see things here that would make you question so much on different levels that I don't even necessarily want to get into, but we do see the world. We see the Wheel of Fortune. We see the Chariot. You have a lot of major cards there, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Did I count right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a very solid and like intense message that you are exactly where you need to be. And I think that's your clarity. Like, rest assured, this didn't happen by accident. You're not an imposter. You're where you need to be. Okay. Done with that. Hope you liked it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Would love to hear anything you have to say. Also, I'm making short videos too. They have kind of a different energy. They're like a little more, I feel like they're geared towards a younger crowd. I don't know if I'm pulling that off or not, but check those out if you're at all interested. Thank you so much. I look forward to reading for you again. Goodbye.